And welcome back to Nurse Happy. My name is Deanna, and I am Nurse Happy. I created this channel to help nurses who are thinking about quitting nursing, and even the ones that are still loving their jobs but feeling really burnt out. So today we're going to talk about turning off the shift after the shift, not taking it home with you. This is a very important topic because a lot of burnout that we experience is because we're at work 24/7, no matter if we're at work or we're not at work, because our brains don't know really how to shut off. We really care about what we do. We put our best into it. So uh, that's what makes it so difficult for us to turn our brains off after the shift. We work with sick patients. We work with people who are in crisis. It is a very stressful job, and we need to understand how to get over the stress of the day and not take it home with us. Let's start with talking about the silent car habit. You know that shift is horrible and you can't stop thinking about it. Oh, welcome to Nurse Skittles. No, she's not nurse. You know that. This is my cat Skittles. So she'll be in and out, I'm sure. But after a really, really stressful shift, you get into the car and you're overwhelmed. And you sit there for a few minutes. You don't turn the radio on. You don't um, you don't look at your phone or call anybody. You just kind of sit there. You freeze. Your shift is over, but your brain hasn't let it go. So we're going to talk about how to leave your shift at the hospital door. We're going to talk about 3 practical neurologically backed habits. And the reason that we need to talk about these habits is that our brains are hypervigilant. And it means that for the 12-hour shifts, you're constantly bombarded by call bells and alarms and people pulling you in different directions. You got to make sure you're giving medications okay, making sure you're doing everything and doing it all right. So it's really hard to get to turn that off, because why hypervigilance basically is a fight or flight response. And during that mode that you're in for 12 hours, you're again hypervigilant. But your brain doesn't have an on off switch to turn that feeling off when you leave the hospital. So we'll go over some physical ways to tell your brain that the shift is over, that you're safe, you're out of danger. Thank you, Skittles. You're out of danger, and your brain can relax. So the first off the clock habit is called the glove box dump. Sit in your car, take out an inexpensive notebook out of your glove box and a pen. And if you feel like there's things that you still need to deal with, your brain needs to deal with, write them down in that tablet. Maybe 2-3 minutes. This is called using externalization. So you're taking all that worry, concern, that list, and you're taking it out of your brain and you're putting it on paper. And this tells your brain that it doesn't have to worry about those things anymore. They have been written down. They have been dealt with, basically. You have to make sure, though, that you never take this tablet into your home. It needs to stay in your in your glove box. The second off the clock habit that I want to talk about is the front door sensory shift. During the front door sensory shift, um, what happens is that the moment you cross the threshold to your home, you do two things to help your brain to realize that you're no longer at work, it's safe, you can relax. Those two things you want to do. The first one is you want to take your scrubs off. Your scrubs are basically the armor that you use at work to keep yourself safe, to keep your mind working, be in that mode where, again, you're hyper vigilant. It's time to take off the scrubs, stop the hypervigilance, help your body and brain realize that you are no longer at work and it's time to relax. The second thing that helps, and a habit that I would like for you to get into, is to either wash your face for 30 seconds with cold water. Sounds terrible. I mean, freezing water, cold. Or if you take a shower and after work, stand in a stream of cold water for 30 seconds. What this does is it affects the vagus nerve and it turns it on, and that will decrease your heart rate, and that will also slow your brain down a little bit and get it out of the fight or flight mode and into the rest and digest mode. So those are two habits you can get into to try and help you and your brain stop working when you're done at work. The third habit is off the clock habit is a 12-hour shift brain lock protocol. Now this is when you wake up at 3 a.m. and your brain is telling you something is wrong. And you can't turn it off. It wakes you up. And then you start feeling like you did something wrong or you didn't do something. First, tell your brain that if something was catastrophically wrong, the hospital would have called you by now. So you can cross that. Your brain can cross that off of the list of things that it worries about. The second thing you need to tell your brain is that anything can wait till the next shift if it's not catastrophic. So, have tried to tell yourself that whatever it is, it can wait till the next shift. Turn it off. If your brain won't let go of whatever it is that made you feel like you needed to wake up in the middle of the night, write it down. Have some sticky notes, or again, use a notebook. And I would recommend sticky notes because then you can just throw it away after you've dealt with it. So write that down on a sticky note, keep it beside your bed. Tell your brain, I will work on this tomorrow or my next shift. It's nothing that you have to worry about right now. Hopefully those things will help to turn your brain off at 3 a.m. It's also good to tell your brain that your 3 a.m. self who is tired and can't deal with things right now, that the 3 p.m. you that is awake and more prepared to do something about it will do something about it. So 3 a.m. you needs to go back to sleep, 3 p.m. you will deal with it. Ruminating over things after your shift is done. I'm sorry about the cat. I really, she's a great cat. But anyway, yeah, if you don't like cats, I'm sorry. But if so, anyway, where were we at? If ruminating about work after work is not making you a better nurse. I know we've been told that, a nurse is a nurse and a nurse is a nurse, but being hypervigilant 24/7 is not a good thing. One of the things that I've been told in my career is that nursing is a 24/7, meaning that when your shift is done, there's somebody after you that can take over for where you left off. And again, when you go into work, if they haven't finished something or something needs to be done, you take responsibility for that into your shift, and it's okay to do that. Some nurses may not think so. They think everything should be done, but life is not always that easy. Keeping this hypervigilance and ruminating about things will make you tired and stressed and burned out, and it is not the way you want to go into a shift. It doesn't help you or your patients if you go to work and you're exhausted. You can't think because you haven't slept. You're kind of lethargic a little bit. Some people get your reaction times are a little bit slower. Your brain doesn't process things as well when you're tired, burned out, stressed out. So you are doing the best thing for yourself if you get rid of being stressed out all the time. Well, Skittles is here to wish you all a good rest of the day. I'm done talking about this stress, hypervigilance. I would love if you would comment. I'm also thinking about starting a community or some kind of group, just to continue off above and beyond these weekly videos. So if you're interested, drop a comment. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great week, and I hope these few things that we talked about help. Thank you very much. And for Nurse Happy, I'll see you next week. And Skittles. Bye-bye.